User A Drop of Golden Sun asked this question: how can you love learning but hate school? And somebody anonymously replied, simple. School is waking up early and going to a place full of people who judge you and gossip about you. School is having all sorts of useless information shoved down your throat. School is being judged on how well you remember the information they give you. School is just another set of numbers to stress over. But learning? Learning is going places that you've never been to before. Learning is making mistakes and changing because of them. Learning is discovering new things you never knew before. Learning is gaining more knowledge to better understand the world around you. Me personally, I hated school and I loved learning. Every test was such an anxiety inducing event because I didn't know whether I was going to know exactly what they wanted on the test for me to know, or if I was going to remember some obscure little fact that I wasn't being tested on. And I erroneously assumed that those obscure facts didn't matter because they weren't on the test. They didn't matter. I was failing at school. I was failing at life because I remembered things that didn't matter. But the thing is, they did. They did matter. And even though UDL had been created and designed, it was not prevalent in my school. We were still very regimented on you study this, you remember this, and you regurgitate it onto either a test, a bubble sheet, or an essay. And don't even get me started on how difficult essays are for me because I obsess over every little nuance within the essay. Are my sentences varied enough in both form and structure and word choice? Did I do the appropriate font size? Does this need to be 1.5 or double spaced? Is it long enough? Is it too long? If it says write a 1-page essay and I write a 1.2-page essay, did I just fail? I think I did because I didn't write a 1-page essay. Horrible experience. When I initially went to college, same experience. Terrible. And so I left college without getting my degree, thinking that I wasn't ready. I wasn't mature enough. I wasn't mentally there. Because I loved learning, but I hated school. At the point where I hit 26 years old, I decided that I needed to go back to school. I didn't love my job in banking. I was good at it. I was paid decently, but it was soul sucking. I needed to go back to school. So I went back to the University of Idaho for my undergraduate degree. And that first semester I struggled so much and thought, how can this be? I'm 26 years old. I'm mature. I'm ready. What is happening to me? What is wrong with me? And from there, I started the process of self-discovery and realized that maybe I'm different. I reached out to the Counseling and Testing Center, went through a formal evaluation for ADHD, and was officially diagnosed that January after that semester. And sorry, that was life-changing to be able to learn that I wasn't broken. I wasn't. I was different, but I wasn't broken. best thing that I did with returning to college was not what I learned in my classes. I used every available resource to learn about ADHD, learn about what it is, learn about how to learn in a system that did not work for me, that did not support my unique ways. And that catapulted me into the sea of change. That drove me to see not only how broken our system is, but how many people out there who are just like me, just as smart and capable as I am, but never were given the chance because the system stifled them. It silenced them. That was my turning point. That is why I want to go into special education. That is why I want to make sure that everybody is represented. That's why I know that UDL is so crucial for our success, because life is not just about regurgitating information. Life is about curiosity. It is about learning. And just because school stops doesn't mean our learning stops. And that is my goal. I want my students to love learning. I want them to be successful. And I want them to know that they are incredibly valued.